Do you ever fall at his feet and say, thank you, Lord, for saving my soul, not our souls? Thank you for blotting out the horrible record of my sin. Some of you didn't have much. And it's true that those who have been saved from much love much. You remember that brilliant king? He was mentioned this morning in Psalm 51. And in another psalm he says what? He lifted me up out of a horrible pit. This hand was running with crime, and this with adultery. And my history was rotten. And he's asking, Lord, just kindly forgive my sins and I'll go about my business. He's asking for some superficial knowledge that somehow the relationship is kind of restored and all is well. He goes further than that. He says, search me, search me, search me. In Psalm 139, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there be any wicked way in me. He says in that 51st Psalm, I want truth in the inward path. Oh, that's cutting close, isn't it? Not just out of my mind and my conscience, but in the inward part, the central register of my being, that truth may be there. Paul finishes his letter to the Galatians. Oh, it's so beautiful. He doesn't have his tongue in his cheek and say, I wonder if I've done the right thing. I could have had a good influence for God if I'd stayed in the old place and I'd had a worldwide reputation and... No. Okay, listen to his defiance. From henceforth, let no man trouble me. I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Jesus. I think Moffat translates that. Henceforth, let no man trouble me. I bear in my body the brands of Jesus Christ. Oh, they knew what he meant in the temple of Heracles. In the days of slavery, a man would run away from his taskmaster, brutal taskmaster. And he would rush to the temple. They had priests there. They were on guard day and night. Often asleep, but anyhow, that's what preachers are. And you might have to waken the preacher up, and you say, he says, have you escaped? Yes, I've escaped. Brand me. Well, choose your weapons. What, like we brand cattle here? Which God do you want to be branded with? He chooses the stigmata. He chooses the mark, the brand of a certain God, and he's branded on his hands. Can you imagine him putting his hand out, clenching his teeth, and that flesh sizzles when that hot iron goes on it? He slips down his toga if he was wearing one, and he's branded on the back of his neck. He lifts up his foot and he's branded on his instep. Paul says, don't trouble me.